Hello everyone, today I'm going to be sharing with you some absolutely delicious, lip-smacking, vegan breakfast recipes from my household with the help of my mummy, because avocado toast and tofu scramble just aren't going to cut it anymore. We need more vegan options, and don't say oatmeal. Oh my gosh, I think this congee recipe is probably one of my favorite congees ever. We are adding in half of this giant piece of taro. I feel like this will probably equal to around like 2 or maybe 3 cups of taro. I don't know, doesn't matter. Like, that's why I love these recipes. You can just like pretty much do whatever. And then half a cup of quinoa. And then you just want to let it cook for around like half an hour. We also had a leftover purple sweet potato that we had steamed earlier that we're gonna add in just to add an even nicer flavor of sweetness and purple. You can add in some rock sugar if you want. You can also, of course, add in sweet potato at the beginning. I really recommend the purple sweet potato for the flavor and the color. It's so pretty. It makes the soup gorgeous, beautiful lilac color that makes it taste even yummier because it's so cute. You could probably have this cold as well. I'm sure it would taste great cold in the summertime. You could even try putting in some like tapioca pearls into this. Like, seriously, get crazy, get wild. I don't know, put in some like coconut milk. That actually sounds so delicious. I will definitely want to try that now. The turnip pancakes are definitely my favorite. I don't know, I like all of these recipes a lot, so I can't really say favorites. I actually don't really know what to call this turnip. It's kind of green. I think it's like an Asian turnip, but honestly you can just be creative and try whatever to see what works best for you. So we're using around 2 cups of the shredded green turnip, then adding in around 1.25 cups of flour, 2 cups of water slowly poured in, and 2 teaspoons of salt, plus 1 tablespoon of oil. Of course, you can also try adding in other vegetables. So I've put in around half a cup of shredded carrots and a little bit of green onions. If you wanted to do like a gluten-free or more protein-dense option, you could also sub the flour or mix in the flour with some chickpea flour, whatever your heart desires. And then with this batter all mixed up with a little bit of oil, you want to pour a light layer onto your pan and spread it out nice and thin for it to cook. That's great. And then just flip it around. I think we probably cook them for around like 5 minutes on each side, but keep an eye out for it because each pan and stovetop will vary. They are so yummy. It's like a healthy pancake, but personally I think these taste better than pancakes. No offense to pancakes. Anywho, I love the turnip pancakes. They kind of have this like soft, chewy, almost eggy texture at times. So delicious and really easy to store. You can cut them into quarters, pop them into a Tupperware, and just eat them throughout the week, or even as little snacks. And you could even try making like little wraps and rolls with them. I'm sure that would be also very delicious.
Ooh.
耶！哇哦，这样的，像一个炒，那个 frying pan， 像个炒菜刀。
还有站着的，你可以蒸一些小菜啊，这样子。
可以配一个像馒头一样东西连在一起。
I'm usually actually not a sweet breakfast person, but the red bean buns are so delicious. So first, we're gonna show you how to do the dough that can be used to make multiple different types of steamed buns in different flavors. So first, you're going to need around 4 cups of flour and add around 1 teaspoon of active yeast, 1 teaspoon of sugar, and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And then gradually pour in around 1.5 cups of warm water. Mix it in and kind of create these little flaky bits, and then eventually going in with your hands to knead it into a nice little ball. And you can lightly dampen the dough with some water to prevent cracking. You can put it into a warm pot of water to help the rising process if you live somewhere cold like Canada, and you want to let it sit until it rises to around double the size. So once it's risen, you're going to want to roll out the dough and evenly divide it into sections to smush, and then roll out into a nice little circle. Then you can put in your filling. You can definitely make your own, or you could also get something store-bought like this red bean chestnut filling. My mom doesn't like to put too much in, but in my opinion, I think you could put like double what we're putting in right now. And the way you close it up is basically how you make bao. You pinch the sides, complete the circle, and tighten them together, squish it. And traditionally with sweet buns, to differentiate them from the more savory bao buns, you place them upside down. So they're just like a smooth little circle instead of having it pinch on top. And that's just a hack, a life hack. No offense to the red bean buns, but the huajia are definitely 100% my favorite type of steamed bun because they are just so fun to eat. To make the rolled green onion buns, huajia, you're gonna want to roll out your dough into a rectangular shape, nice and thin, and then sprinkle out some salt across the surface, then applying a nice layer of oil, and then adding tiny chopped up bits of green onion. Of course, you can also add in other spices like cumin or like white pepper powder. You could also even make this sweet by spreading on a layer of brown sugar. Then you're gonna want to roll it across lengthwise so you have this nice long strip, and then chop it into an even number of sections. Usually, since the sides are a little bit smaller, my mom is pairing them up with the middle larger sections, and you can just stack them up 2 by 2, and then using a chopstick or your finger, you want to do a press down the middle of these stacked dough layers, and then pull the strip and twist before securing them tightly at the bottom, and just like pinch the dough a bit to secure them. And for both of the steamed buns, the cooking process is exactly the same. You're gonna want to put them into a bamboo or wooden steamer. You can do 1 level or stack multiple to make more. Put them over a pot of water and then turn down the heat a little bit once you start seeing steam, and you can just pop them in there for like 20-ish minutes, 30, I don't really know. We don't time things in this house, but just take a peek. I think 20 to 30 minutes should be okay. After the 20 minutes, you can just turn down the heat and then let them sit in the steamers until they cool down a little bit. And yeah, there you have it for very simple, very delicious recipes. If you're Asian, they're probably not that new or exciting to you, but if you're not, or even if you are, they could be completely new recipes for you to try out, riff off of, experiment with, and I really do hope you tag me in your photos when you make them so I can see them, I can repost them, I can send them to my mom, because last recipe video we did together, we had so much fun looking at everyone's recreation. And thanks to our place for sponsoring this video. I use their products to cook everything we made, so don't forget to check out their spring sale down below. And of course, you can also watch some of my past videos too, if you want. Click on those. You can watch that one, or that one. Which one are you gonna pick? You should pick one. Okay, bye. I need to finish packing my suitcase. I'm flying out tonight.